Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here and welcome back to a new Ninjago Season 11 discussion video here on the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about a very common criticism that I've seen towards Season 11's story, and that is the whole concept of everybody's motivation being about revenge, specifically Asphira and Akita. So I agree getting revenge isn't really the most creative, motive out there for certain characters, definitely not for a main villain. I mean, we've seen that in Ninjago before, but it wasn't really as simple as, hey, I want revenge against this person for this reason. It was always something more, there was always something building around that. For example, somebody like Moro and Harumi, they wanted revenge as well, but they kind of, did it in a different type of way. It wasn't like just straight up, hey, I want revenge and that's all I'm gonna go after. However, Asphira, on the other hand, is definitely a villain that is very much two-dimensional, and her motive is simply just revenge, nothing more, nothing less, which again is kind of not really too creative in my opinion, but it's definitely not terrible. I do think she could have been fleshed out a little bit more, but for the purposes of what she did, I felt like she was fine. I mean, she showed up, she did what she needed to do, and she was written out of the series accordingly. Akita, on the other hand, I feel like is a little bit more, understandable why she would want revenge. As an actual protagonist, from what we can tell, Akita definitely has, a little bit more of an interesting backstory when it comes to why she wants her revenge. I mean, compared to Asphira, Akita lost pretty much everything. Asphira is still a villain, remember, so Akita's motives make a little bit more sense and are a little bit more, easy to wrap our heads around because, of course, she is a protagonist. She's a good character. So by that stance, we're more invested in her story. And I believe that's why Akita's revenge kind of works and Asphira's really doesn't. Akita's is full of tragedy and actual justice wanting to be served, while Asphira's is kind of simply just evil for the sake of being evil. She doesn't really have that much of a motivation, which again is not really a bad thing. It just kind of makes the villains come off as a little bland in my opinion. Akita, on the other hand, is looking to be very interesting. I don't think Akita and Asphira should be lumped together in the exact same category, but they do still want the exact same thing. But I really enjoy how the series has kind of structured itself in a way where they both want the same thing, but they're both going after different things, if that makes sense. They both have the same motive, but they're going after it in a different sort of way. In my opinion, Akita is going after revenge in the smart type of way that actually builds around her character, similar to what we've seen before with, again, Moro and Harumi. Meanwhile, Asphira is basically just two-dimensional, wanting revenge just for the sake of wanting revenge, nothing more, nothing less. Which again is kind of disappointing, but when you think about it, it actually kind of makes sense. And do we really need an over-impending, fire chapter villain? In my opinion, the ice chapter will greatly improve upon the fire chapter in terms of villains, and we also have Akita to look after as well, and her revenge story is actually seeming somewhat intriguing. So with that being said, that'll just about do it for this discussion here. Just a quick video discussing what the differences are between Asphira's revenge and Akita's revenge. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. It'll just about do it for this one here. If you enjoyed this video, as always, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up rating, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. Once again, guys, the comment section is there for the various discussions that you would like to have regarding this topic, or if you just had a comment of a general nature, that's fine as well. In the description, you'll find the links towards my other forms of social media, whether it be my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon, or my merch. Be sure to support me on all those platforms if you would like to. With all that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.